Hey, Jesus is our triumphant King. He humbled himself, of course, taking upon himself the form of a servant, of a man. He was born in the manger, which we remember this time of year, but he was a king. Right from the beginning, the wise men knew that. They presented him with gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. But here's also how we know that Jesus is the king of the Jews, as he's called, the Son of Man, the Son of God. He's more than just a prophet. So many people want to just relegate him to a good teacher, but he was so much more than that. Listen to what it says in Zechariah 9:9, chapter 9, verse 9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, daughter of Jerusalem. See, your king comes to you, righteous and having salvation, gentle and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey. That happened exactly as it was prophesied years and years later, as Jesus, during the Passover, rides into Jerusalem on a donkey, on the foal of a donkey. He's riding in. People are cutting down palm branches and waving them, laying the branches and their cloaks on the donkey and on the road. I mean, they are saying things that are incredible, like Hosanna. Hosanna. That means Lord, save us. They recognized that there was something going on, something spectacular, and it was a direct fulfillment of this from the prophet Zechariah. Jesus, the King of the universe, would ride into Jerusalem, heal the sick, and cleanse the temple. See, he's so much more than most people think he is. Jesus wasn't just a nice guy. He didn't just have awesome teaching. He is the King above every king, the King of kings and the Lord of lords. And the phenomenal thing is he can be and wants to be your king today. If you're restless, no peace, the sin consumes you, you're bound to sin and iniquity, and you're just bound to habits and addictions, and you're ruining your own life. You're ruining yourself. You're not living for God. You're not living for his glory. You're just living for yourself and your own pleasures. But Jesus the King came. Not at first to drive the Romans out, but he came to drive sin out of the hearts of men. He came to forgive sin by dying on the cross in your place and rising again from the dead on the third day. See, only the King, the real King, could do something like that. He is the triumphant King of the Jews, and not the Jews only, but now also of the Gentiles and of the whole world, of anyone who will believe in him. And one last thing, this King that came so humbly to this earth that we remember, like I said, this time of year, will return one day very soon here as the rightful King of everything. And then on that day, if you won't bow now, your knees will be made to bend. You'll be forced. Every tongue will confess that Jesus is Lord to the glory of God the Father. Every knee will bow on that day, of things in heaven, people on earth, and things under the earth. Everybody will bow and proclaim that Jesus Christ is Lord and the King. So, my friend, do it today. How much better to do it willingly, of your own accord, and to serve him now as he is meant to be served, as he deserves to be worshiped and served. Do it now. He'll change your whole life. He'll cleanse your conscience, help you break all the sin and bad habits in your life. He'll give you a new heart and help you to live in newness of life and purpose and in joy and peace. You'll have peace with God finally. That's why everybody is so restless, because there's no peace with God. We try to cover it in 1,000 ways, but pleasure, entertainment, satisfying your flesh is never going to do it. You've got to worship the King. So bow your knee today. Bow your knee. Give your heart and your life to Jesus, who is the triumphant King.